the Baku City Circuit, the home of what's known as carnage in Formula One, and we're set for another amazing race here in Baku. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to RFL Season 4 around Azerbaijan. And we've got a 16-man lobby today ready to go for the victory here in Baku. And what a race we're set for today. We have 20 corners around this track with 16 proper corners, you could say, and action zones around this track. Turn 1, you've got that long straight before it. Possible to make it, well, no, not possible, very probable to make an overtake into that corner. Turn 3, you've got the second DRS zone before it, and if you don't get the run into turn 1, you can make that run in towards turn 3. Turn 16 as well, you've got to get a good run out of there to make a challenge on the front straight. The circuit length is 6.003 kilometres, so it's quite a long circuit, and the number of laps for this race will only be 26, so much shorter than most other tracks. And the lap record here is a 143.0 set by Charles Leclerc this year in 2019. And I'm your commentator for today, Morgs5631. I'm joined today by our usual co-commentator, the man who's seen it all in this race in Tier 2. It's Tom Goyen.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix Round 4 of the RFL Season 4 Championship in this tight and twisty circuit of what you have called Morgs carnage, as Spa Shot has already left the session. That's not a good start for Jack Spa. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Baku, a very difficult track as shown in the Tier 2 race. A lot of very tight corners and a lot of corners that, well, can really catch you off guard, including the infamous Castle section, as we see UK Dark Predator in that Ferrari go through. DNFs are very common, and a lot of crashes will happen today, as we've got to get ready, as Morgs has left the session.
I'm here. I just got the audio glitch, so I've just quickly left. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so crashes are very inevitable in this race, and we might see a safety car. I was actually a bit surprised that we didn't see a safety car in the Tier 2 race, but we could get one in Tier 1. And considering Morgs Jolly's run of momentum in the last couple of races, surely he's got to be the favourite right before qualifying to get pole and win this race.
Yep, I have to agree with that one. He was brilliant last time out in China. He led the race from start to finish, except the pit stop phase where Adam briefly took the lead. So a brilliant race from Jolly's side, and he'll be hoping for more today. He's on his lap at the moment on the hard compound tyre, so he's going conservative to go for the longest stint hopefully in this race. That's probably his thinking at the moment, but he's got the pace to qualify on pole on those mediums if he wants it. He's rapid, but this track can throw a surprise. You can see the big names go out. We saw big names in Tier 2 such as Explode Emerald come together with a couple of drivers. Lewis, the championship leader, came together with a couple of drivers. Joel came together with a couple of drivers. He's a championship contender. Perez as well, he's a championship contender. Paul, who was leading that race, came out of the race. So that anything can happen around Baku, and usually, as Tom usually says, anything will happen in Baku and in RFL as well. Obviously, putting both together, you'll get one hectic race today.
Yep, for this track you've got to go a little bit conservative with this track. Obviously you get really close to the wall, especially those kinks at 17, 18, 19 and 20 for the long massive straights where you use all of your ERS, and Jolly comes up to the line. It's going to be a 1 minute 39.4, and that is the standard that everyone has to beat on the hard tyres, as Jolly sets the first lap time of RFL Baku. The strategy for this race is a clear one stop from the soft tyres to, well, actually not soft, excuse me, from the medium tyres all the way to the hard as well. But the ultimate strategy is available if a driver does mess up his last time or just wants to do something different, and plus with a safety car or virtual safety car, the option of the soft tyre is there to be used, as UK Dark Predator and Cal 17 F1, who is a reserve for this race, sets in laps. Speaking of reserves, we have a lot of reserves coming here for RFL Baku. Cal 17 F1, he's reserve, followed by this man, Spa Shot, in the Racing Point. You all know him as Jack Spa.
He's full time. Sorry, just to interrupt there. He's full time now. He's taken that seat full time because there's been movement in the Racing Point garage. If you missed RFL Live, we explained it a little bit. Briz has unfortunately left and Rampage down to tier 2. So Sparshot and Luca have taken that their place as Sparshot begins his lap now. So yeah, Sparshot's now a full time in that Racing Point. Just to interrupt there.
Okay, my bad. He is a full driver as well, and also SHZ Shawise, who has history in RFL last season. He was, I think, the tier 2 champion, if I am not mistaken. So Shawise is back in RFL. I'm actually excited to see what he can do in La Ferrari. He's replacing King Liam, who is not racing here today. I don't think he'll be racing until either Spain or Monaco. So, Atmaz, I think he's on his lap. Yes, he is. Let's see who is on his. Let's see. So this Sparshot on the hard tyres as well, and coming up to the very infamous, notorious Castle section. You really want to get this right, especially on the soft tyres. Yellow flag already in sector 2. Oh, he's hit the wall.
Oh, Sparshot's in the wall.
And that is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That is a deadly corner for not just one driver, but for all the drivers involved in today's session. Spa is out. Oh, Vapid's got a 5-place grid penalty as well for a collision with Genie. Genie is in the McLaren. He's replacing Daniel for this race. And what happened? I think he's got damage, Morgs. Let's see if he has damage. I can't see. No, he doesn't. What happened there with Genie and Vapid? That is a very interesting thing, but that's not what Vapid needed after a podium in China and another potential podium in Bahrain. He needs to close the gap to Jolly, because Jolly will miss Spain, and that is not what he wanted to do. A 5-place grid penalty, Morgs, and that is going to dent his confidence. But that corner is truly deadly.
Yep. So two huge moments in the qualifying. Sparshot, a man who we were expecting to get right in the mix potentially for a good position today. I was expecting him to anyway. He's now out of this session, and Baku, a 5-place grid penalty. He's second in the championship, and 3rd place in the championship isn't even here today, with Danny F31 away, of course. So Baku has potentially taken a huge dent in what could be a brilliant race for him today, and he needs to make sure that he recovers for that in the race and at least gets a strong starting position despite the penalties. Expert Nuthead goes to 5th place there on debut as a reserve on the hard compound tyres. Then Callum G goes into 4th place on a 40.159 on those hard compound tyres. I do want to mention Dark Predator is back for the first time this season in that Ferrari after his wheel broke. Therefore he hasn't really had a chance to race. But he's a bit rusty today because obviously he's just getting that back used to the game again. But when he's back on form, I can expect him to challenge Jolly. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he can do today. At the moment, he's at 7th position on a 40.5 on those hard compound tyres. Not too bad for a return at the moment, especially from a driver who has literally had the game pretty much for 2 days with a new handling model.
Yeah. On board with SHZ Shiraz, the Tier 2 champion, of course, making his debut in Tier 1. And I think this is just one of those conservative lap times. As you can notice, he's revving up the gears, he's not using any ERS, so you can tell this lap is nothing serious. So don't expect him to be competing inside maybe the top 10 until the final couple of minutes. As we've got, let's see who's coming for a lap. We've got BMG Nomad in that Mercedes, starting his lap in towards sector 2, and now the infamous Castle section. This is where Sparshot, he's hit it again on the inside, but oh, thank goodness he didn't get damaged there. That corner, Morgs, you have to take it right every single time. One jolt at the wheel, or a lock-up, or just a late braking zone, and that is pretty much your lap on your race all over, as Nomad mounts the curb on the downhill, and now in towards the last proper corner. Yellow flag in sector 3. I don't know who that's for, but as we see, Nomad with pretty much in that Mercedes, going to finish off his lap time through the kinks now. Very, very tricky, especially if it's wet conditions. We won't know if this race is going to be wet. We won't know until we get to the session. But here comes BMG Nomad across the line now into 1 minute 40.7, which goes P10, Morgs. And in that mix with Brunson and Ian Boy. And we've got Lion on his out lap. And I think Shawise is coming across the line now.
Yeah, I don't think Schweizer's going to set a really competitive time here. He goes, yeah, P13 and
13th.
150.9. He'll definitely improve, but he's pushing now. He's in a hot lap POS, so he's on his way now for another lap. The two Toro Rosso boys are yet to set a lap, but Adam is coming towards the end of his. So let's go on board with Adam as he comes towards the end of his lap. He's on the medium compound tyres, that middle compound tyres around this track. Gives you the preferable race strategy, means you can go long and not struggle on your tyres at the end. But it does sacrifice track position if you do start on them. As across the line comes Adam. Where's is going to put him? P4 for Adam. Good lap there. But a lot of drivers around him set their best laps on the hard compound tyres, so Adam will be hoping for a bit more if he does decide to go on those soft compound tyres, which he may well decide, considering the fact that you can do a one-stop on either tyre in this race, hard or medium. Soft or mediums you can do a one-stop on. So, looking through the order, Dark Predator's on a lap on the mediums, so let's go on board with him as he comes down towards the middle sector. How far is he up on his time? He is 9/10 up on his time, so with a good final sector, good straight line speed, he could potentially challenge Jolly for provisional pole, but obviously Jolly set his lap on the hard compound tyres, so you expect Dark Predator to take that, but Adam didn't take it, so can Dark Predator take provisional pole here on his return on the first race in RFL Season 4? And across the line comes the Ferrari driver.
Third place.
And it's third place, just behind Squidgy Genie in P2 and Jolly in P1. Squidgy Genie set his fastest lap on the soft compound tyres, Jolly on the hard compound tyres. So, Vapid Coot's out on the soft at the moment, just looking through the order at the moment. Ian Boy is, everyone else at the moment is out on mediums or hards. Cal 17 F1 is coming towards the end of his lap. He's on the medium compound tyres, as fast as the 141.8 on the hard compound tyres. Will this be an improvement? I imagine it will be, but how much will he improve by? As he comes across the line, it looks like he might get in the 40.0, P7 ahead of his teammate. He's reserved, so teammates are debatable.
That's actually a decent lap there from Cal 17 F1. I just wanted to point out, UK Dark Predator actually lost all of his ERS when it came to like the final 100 meters, 150 meters, and that can really cost you a tenth. I think if he really saved his ERS and he used it across the line as Jolly, 138.5 on the medium tyres, that's the time to beat. And the man who has been on form in RFL Season 4, who's leading the World Championship right now, is set to be on pole position once again on those medium tyres, and that is a time that a lot of people have got to beat. I don't think anyone beat that, Moggs.
Yeah, I mean, if someone quick like Chandler or Lion, who just set a 39.9 on the hards, or Antsmaz bolts on those softs, they could potentially go faster. I reckon Vapid could challenge that time on those softs now. He's just put it on. So, I mean, there's a couple of drivers that could get that, but on those mediums, I don't think anybody can touch that time. That is a rapid time. But maybe, just maybe Chandler, who was only a tenth away on those hard compound tyres, he could challenge, but it's going to be a tall order for him. He's out on those mediums on his out lap, so we're going to have to see how he does on his main lap. There's just 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, well, 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the session now. So Jolly looks in the perfect position to take pole position at the moment, but it may not all go his way for him as we enter the final few minutes. We saw in Tier 2 in the opening stint, those soft compound tyres can sometimes be much better in that first stint. We saw Exploding Emerald and Jolly pull massively away from the Packers. What happened to Jolly?
Jolly just cut the last corner massively there to save time, and I think the stewards might look into that. Obviously, RFL rules and regulations for RFL Season 4, you are not allowed to cut corners to save time, otherwise you will get a penalty. So I think Jolly will be sent to the stewards for that. I don't know if anyone called that, I just seen it then, but Jolly, I don't think he can improve on his lap time. But speaking of the tyre compound, especially on the first stint, the soft compound tyres can only go 7, 8 laps at best, compared to the medium tyres. They can go around about 10, 11, 12 laps. So if the one stop is the main option to go, the drivers must have to try and really do some extreme tyre saving, especially towards the end of the soft tyre stint, to get in the hard tyres and to really save the hard tyres at the end of the race, especially in the last 3 or 4 laps of the race. But anyway, Chandler Sita in that Mercedes. Actually been doing a decent job in RFL Season 4. Oh, that's so close to the wall again. That castle section, and yeah, he's backed off there. He's backed off. He knows that pretty much that lot. But he's still got time though. He's still got time as we just have under 3 minutes to go of this qualifying session here in Baku. Shout out to everyone in the chat though. Leave down in the comments who you want, who do you think is going to get pole position, and use the hashtag RFL Baku if you want. Anyway, Ant-Man's on a lap on the medium tyres. The reigning Tier 1 champion, looking to make a back-to-back championships, has not really had the best start to his season. Has Ant-Man's had to adjust to the game, a new handling model, new physics, and just hasn't been on the pace compared to Vapid and Jolly and UK Dark Predator as well. He's in third place as well, so we might be starting to see. And let's see, 2 minutes left, and let's see, Adam and Lion all on soft tyres. Predator and
Jolly
Nuthead
coming out on softs.
Oh,
Jolly
okay.
is coming out on soft compound tyres here. So the provisional pole sitter, who looks comfortable on those mediums, is coming out on those soft compound tyres.
Could it rain?
Ansma, maybe, but I mean, it's probably not straight away though, because why would we see drivers setting the final laps on mediums like Ansmaz is doing? And Ansmaz comes towards the line, round the final corners now, with DOS wide open as he enters the DOS zone now. He's coming towards the line, just flat out here, waiting for the line. And what will his time be? Will it be enough?
Second.
It's second place. Fastest
Still
medium
low.
runner so far. But we still got people to go. Chandler is in the middle sector now. He's entering where he messed up last time. He has no such problems this time in the cast section, except hitting the inside wall there. So I cursed him a bit too early there. Had he backed off, he's still pushing though. He surely has to push now. It's his final opportunity really on these compounded tyres, because he's not got enough time to save all his EOS back up to have another go at it. So Chandler is really having to push. He's cut the corner a little bit there. I think he might have validated. But he's still going and he's still pushing. And Chandler, who set his fastest lap on the hard compound tyres at the moment in 5th position, he's still going for it, and he wants to improve and potentially challenge Jolly for P1 in this race. As he comes right towards the DOS zone, he's running out of EOS, but as he comes towards the line, it looks like a decent lap, but is it enough to take pole position? It's not even enough to improve by any more than 3 tenths, but it's a 2 position gain. He's up into P3, but behind Ansmaz and behind Jolly in P1 and P2.
Yeah, UK Dark Predator is starting this lap. UK Dark Predator starting this lap there. 10th down,
Dark Predators, starting his lap. Callum G's 2 tenths up on these medium compound tyres, not as much as you'd expect, but in the middle sector, how far is he up? He is 6 tenths up. Ian Boy's into the pits, he's retired from the session, so Callum G could well improve here. Vapid Q, 4 tenths up in the first sector on his personal best. How much was he up in the middle sector? He is 1.2 seconds up in the middle sector. He's on the medium tyres. This will put him on a 39 flat. This will be ahead of Ansmaz. This could put him on the front row of the grid, but he has got that 5-place grid penalty, so this will be the damage limitation really if he gets in the front row. As Callum goes 4th, good luck by him in the Red Bull car. Where can Callum put Vapid put himself with that 5-place grid penalty? Is it enough to get that front row?
Second!
But it will go down to P7 as it stands. Nomad goes to P3. Great lap by the Mercedes driver. He'll start on the front row as it stands. There's still many drivers yet to come.
6 tenths
You've got
quicker.
the 2 Toro Rossos. Predator is 6 tenths quicker in the first sector alone, but he's on the soft compound tyres. His fastest lap was on the mediums. In the second sector, he's 1.4 seconds up. That's enough for provisional pole position. This could be a dream return for Dark Predator, starting on provisional pole of his return in Grand Prix. Adam takes provisional pole position there on a 37.2. What a lap there.
Here comes Predator
by Adam. As Predator then coming towards the line. Can he take pole position? I don't think it'll be enough. It's only enough for second place. Adam's going to take pole unless Grumpy Lion can do anything about it. But no, he's backed off, and Grumpy Lion is going to start outside the top 10 whilst his teammate Adam starts on pole position. He took the fastest lap point last time out after not scoring any points other than that. In Bahrain, but he got a good result last time out. But now he starts on pole position here, ahead of UK Dark Predator, ahead of Jolly, Vapid, BMG Nomad, and Eero Lansmaz. What a qualifying that is, and what a race we are set up for now.
Wow, who expected that gap then? I didn't expect. I didn't expect Jolly to be 1.2 seconds behind a Toro Rosso of all drivers. But Adam, otherwise known as SRL Ninjas, the season one champion, coming back to his pace. 1:37.2, 6 tenths quicker than UK Dog Predator Fapid, who has a 5 drop to ninth place, meaning that Nomad will be in fourth, and then Atmaz fifth place as well. A very great qualifying there for ERL Atmaz, the reigning champion. But Jolly did his best lap time on the medium tyres, so pretty much he has the advantage over UK Dog Predator and Adam 45 on the soft tyres. Okay, and breathe. What a very
Wow,
interesting
what a
qualifying session that was.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that if someone bolts, I've mentioned that if someone bolts up on the soft tyres, they will likely beat Jolly. But I didn't expect them to be on 1.2. Whether it's Jolly or not here, I think if you can get 1.2 second advantage or anybody on this compound harder,
Yeah.
you've got some pace. Because I would be surprised if the gap or the delta between the softs and the mediums was any more than 8 tenths of a second. That middle sector is twisty and can gain you a lot of time with more grip, but I don't think it's going to be any more than the second. I'd say 8 tenths though. So I think that Adam has some serious pace here today, and in that opening few laps when he's going to be on those soft compound tyres and they're still pretty good, in good nick, if he can build a good gap, a good lead, go onto the hards and then defend for his life, which is possible around here despite the long straight because you got turn 3 where you can get the cut back. I think he could do this, and he could take his first win of the season, and probably his first win since season 1, and what a race that will be. And considering it's Baku though, the story we'll be talking about right now is probably going to be completely different at the end of this race.
Yeah, literally one of these 16 drivers win this race based on anything. Strategy, safety cars, or just DNFs. Like, don't count anyone out. Just because Sparshot is in last place doesn't mean he can't win this race. Technically, if you're going by the tier 2 logic, if you've seen, Sparshot might have the best chance to win this race. He might just take the first lap like very cautiously while everyone else makes contact and crashes, and he gets like 4, 5, 6, 7 positions by the end of the first lap. But also, Jolly in third place. That's probably the worst position, I'd say, from third all the way down to maybe 12th or 11th. That's the worst position to be in because, lap 1 especially, turns 1, 2, 3, and 4 are very tight and narrow. And Morgs, there's going to be collisions, there's going to be crashes, especially on the first lap. So no one is safe. Adam's not safe, Jolly's not safe, but as hopefully we don't see any, stupid reckless move heading into the first corner or turn 3 or even turn 16 or maybe the beginning of lap 2. Hopefully we get a nice, epic race where we don't see any ridiculous dive bombs or just any reckless moves, and we just see some great racing and maybe with a safety car or something.
Yep, so quickly I've been through the tyres outside the top 10, so Grumpy Lion and Ian Boy both start on hard compound tyres. We've seen it work for Ian Boy in the past in Australia, where he goes along in the first stint and benefits hugely in the end. Grumpy Lion, he's in 11th, he hasn't tried it before, maybe it'll benefit him today. While Cal, Xbox Nuthead, Schweiz and Sparshot all start on the medium compound tyres. The only driver on softs outside the top 2 is Squidgy Genie, who starts P8 today. He didn't have a strong qualifying on debut as reserve. Hopefully he can make up for that in the race.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready for the start of the race here. Tom Gorin, in one word, who is going to be your winner today?
I can't decide. Like, literally anyone out of this pack of cars can literally win this race. Like the tier 2 race showed that even if you miss qualifying, if you don't do qualifying, you can still win the race. Like, I can't decide right now, Morgs. Literally anyone. Adam can win, Predator can win, Jolly can win, Antmaz, Vapid, Brumson, Lion, Sparshot, anyone. It's anyone's race to win. It's just all about these first couple of corners.
So it's anybody's race to win here in Baku. It's tier 1 RFL Baku, round 4 of the season. Jolly's ran away with it so far, but is there going to be a new challenger today? As the lights come on ahead of the drivers, Adam on pole, Predator alongside, the lights are on, and there's a couple jump starts, but we're away here in Baku. Adam gets away very, very well ahead of Dark Predator's got a poor start, and Jolly's already up into second place as Dark Predator slipped down to third and under pressure a bit from Nomad as there's the Xbox Nuthead making a brilliant start there up into 8th place. You know, there's a bit of a glitch start there for a couple of drivers as Adam leads from Jolly from Dark Predator, who's going to try and make a move on Jolly immediately as he's got the fresher grip, the fresher tyres early on here, and he's looking towards the inside of turn 3. He can't make a move. Squidgy Genie up into P5 already. Brilliant start by the McLaren reserve at the moment as Adam leads Jolly though under huge pressure from Dark Predator at the moment in the Ferrari.
Yeah, great start there once again by Jolly, just seizing the initiative, getting second place in, and Adam has actually made a good start as well. But look at Yuki Predator hounding Jolly. I don't think he's going to make a move into the tightest corner maybe of the circuit. He's probably going to think better of it. But he spun around!
Oh.
He spun around! Massive contact there between UK Dark Predator and that's Squidgy Genie in the McLaren as well. Oh, that's a terrible start. He's damaged this front wing, and that's what I've been talking about, Mugs. Anything can happen. Oh, that's not good for Dark Predator. He was up there as well, and now he's got a race on his hands, and he's probably going to hope a safety car can probably save his race. Not good from the Ferrari man. Cal's actually made a position on a Shawai's there. I think someone else has got damage.
Nomad's got huge damage. He's in P3 at the moment, but he's got huge damage. And look at this huge train that he's got off there. Grumpy Align, he's got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Got one. Ansmaz is behind and going to probably claim P3 here with Callum going to claim P4. Nuthead, who started down ages behind, is going to claim P5 when all these pit. Nomad comes to pit. Grumpy Line stays out for a little bit longer, but he's going to have to serve this drive-through penalty within 3 laps. Vapiku comes up into P6 and Nuthead pitted. Nuthead, who was in provisional P5, has pitted from there. Why has he pitted so early? I actually don't know. Brumson's pitted. Ian Boy's pitted. Oh, they've all got drive-throughs. Wow, they've all got drive-throughs. I didn't expect that.
Wow. Yeah, some of them actually had drive-throughs. I didn't know who. They just had Lion. I didn't know that Nuthead. And I think Brumson has a drive-through. I think Ian Boy has a drive-through. Yeah, like a lot of them have. Some of them have drive-throughs. Chandler caught up in massive pile-up at the end of lap 1 there. Well, it's Adam in the lead and Jolly in second place, and Jolly has the advantage, especially when it comes to the tyre advantage. But unless Adam can do a massive hold-up here and force Lion, who's got to come in as well for another drive-through penalty, then yeah, Antmaz has made a. Let's see how many the positions Antmaz has made. Let's see, Antmaz, he's made up, I can't see, he's only made up 1 position. Lion's actually made up 8 positions in the first 2 laps as well.
He's got a drive-through.
3.
I know he has a drive-through.
Yeah, no, he's got to do the drive-through, so that's going to cost him massively. Cal made up 6, Shawai's 7 positions, Sparshot as well, 7 positions, so great consistency by both Shawai's, the Tier 2 champion, and Sparshot as well, who's a full-time driver in racing, in the Racing Point, to get 7 positions already as well. But terrible start there for UK Dark Predator. And Adam, as long as he just remains consistent, probably going to be a 2-stop for him, going from the softs to probably double mediums, as Jolly sets the fast stop in the race. But as long as Adam keeps it consistent.
Lion pits.
Yep, Lion is in the pits now. Maz is in P3 right now. And I don't think he has. Does he have damage? I don't really know.
No, it looks all good for me. From my angle, it looks all good for him. Callum G's now made a consistent start. He's kept out of all the trouble. Vapid made a brilliant start. He's kept out of all the trouble as well. Cal 17 F1 though. Schweiz and Sparshot, they've been brilliant so far. I mean, they've kind of benefited from everyone getting caught up in carnage, but they've kept it clean, they've kept it consistent, they didn't get caught up in the lap 1 carnage, so they got all good. So it's weird seeing all the gaps they've spread out already on lap 3. We've pretty much already got 2 fields, well actually 3 really, because Adam and Jolly are out on their own, so it's really 3 separate groups here. You got first, second, then you got the main chasing pack of Ansmaz down towards Sparshot, then you got Nuthead to Chandler, who are the carnage pack, you could call them, the guys who got caught up in the carnage in one way or another, whether it was drive-throughs or whether it was actual incidents themselves. As Chandler has come into the pits again, he must have had damage the first time, then a drive-through the second time, so his race has gone terribly so far. The man who finished P4 last time out and looked like his season was beginning to pick up, come right back down to earth. He's down in P16, but there's a long way to go in this race yet, and Baku's an endurance, not a sprint, as I like to say.
Yeah, still anything can happen with Chandler. even though he's in last position. But Jolly right now, 7 tenths is the gap, and in the Baku, especially this massive long straight, 7 tenths is pretty much nothing. And plus, he also has the tyre advantage, considering he's on the mediums and Adam is on the soft tyres. So Adam will probably be pitting around about 4 laps time. Jolly again with the fast lap again, and I think it's only a matter of time, just like in Bahrain. It's only a matter of time before Jolly really, he's by the scruff of the neck and just ragdolls it until he can't take any more. And let's see, does he even do it here? Yeah, he might do. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's so close there between Adam and Jolly, but Jolly takes the lead of the Baku Grand Prix, and Jolly has now got the advantage and the upper hand as Nomad. Fast lap of the race, 142.6 on the soft tyres already. But look at this battle here for, what is it, P3. Got Vapid here on the mediums. So has Callum G, rival. Obviously, these two are Scotsmen, so a bit of a personal vendetta between Vapid and Callum for who is the superior Scotsman in Racing Formula League. And Antmaz is starting to get away a little bit, 1.6 seconds to Callum G as well. And I think Callum G is going to try and do a favour to his teammate, Cal 17 F1, as long as Callum doesn't, bin it into the wall. Sparshot has a chance in this race.
Yep, he's made a move on Schweiz. Actually, we missed that on stream. Or Schweiz might have made a mistake because Nuthead is beginning to get caught up to Schweiz in the last couple of laps here. As Sparshot having a huge moment as I went on board with him. Adam's got DOS down the straight, but he's already 9 tenths behind Jolly, so I think it's going to be a struggle now to stay within range to keep that DOS much longer. Obviously those softs are now probably a bit worse than those mediums of Jolly's. And Jolly's actually kept some really good pace in this opening stint here. He's been quicker than Adam pretty much from lap 2 of this race. And really,
here comes Vapid.
Had no response to Jolly. As Vapid down the inside on Callum, 4P4, and he's made that move stick. Good move there by Vapid Q in the Renault on the Red Bull, but the Red Bull going to fight back now. Down towards turn 3 we go. Out of turn 2, DOS straight, and then down towards turn 3. This is the next opportunity that Callum's going to have before the long straight again next time around. So down towards turn 3, is Callum going to do it? No, he's a bit too far back, and he hasn't got the straight line speed, surprisingly. Is Vapid learning lower wings? I suspect so. Or Callum's just running too high wings for overtaking.
He wasn't using his
straight line speed there.
Yeah, he wasn't using his...
I didn't see.
Yeah, he was saving his ERS there, so that's why he didn't try and fight Vapid back. I think that's the most sensible thing to do, just save your ERS until the massive and long straight, and now Vapid's focus is to catch... Oh, that's a lock up there on the front right. Lucky he didn't touch the wall there, and let's see how cautious he takes that. A little bit cautious, but not too reckless, as Adam, the gap is now starting to form between him and Jolly, already lap 5, and I think the tyre difference is already starting to show for Adam 45, and before you know it, Antmaz will, again, it's so close to the outside wall. Is Antmaz there? Let's see what's going on this gap here. I think the Sparshot is going to overtake Cal 17 F1 in the next couple of, not in the next couple of laps, probably this lap, once the main straight is close enough. Is Callum G close enough to Vapid? I don't think so, but let's see. Let's see if Adam...
Here comes Sparshot on Cala 17 F1. Round the outside, even before the DRS zone is activated. Sparshot takes B6 in the Racing Point, and looks like he's on for Racing Point's first points of the season, but there's a long way to go. Yeah, he's got to keep that car on the road, and there's 20 laps to go. It's very possible he won't, as Tries comes into the pits.
Yeah, Strice coming to the pit lane for his first stop. I think he's got damage.
Oh, he had a huge... Yeah, he's had a huge damage. He has huge damage. I saw just briefly there on his front wing, he was missing both sides there a little bit. Not completely, just a little bit. But Strice now is going to come out behind, potentially his teammate, well, temporary teammate of UK Dark Predator. As Strice is the reserve, obviously, as round goes the Ferrari. And yeah, Dark Predator just comes out ahead of Schweiz. Chandler is 41 seconds behind. Was 41. Wow. No, he's not 40. No, that was just because of the glitch. Never mind. He isn't 41 seconds behind. He's about 10, 20 seconds behind. I think. 20.
Yeah, it's 20. 20 seconds.
Yeah, so 18 seconds behind Schweiz there. But Jolly leads at the moment on lap 6 out of 26, followed by Adam and Antsmaz at the moment. So now the race has calmed down a little bit. what do you have to take from reflection at the start of the race?
I thought that was going to be more of a chaotic start to this race, but it seemed like everyone just really was sensible for those first couple of laps. But a lot of drive-through penalties, especially for Chandler, and the contact as well, that really didn't do Yuki Dog Predator a lot of favours. Ferrari hasn't really had that.
Adam in. Sorry,
oh,
just to interrupt you. Adam, the man in P2, he's starting on pole position. He's into the pits here for his first pit stop onto the hard compound tyres, and now this is crucial. This could be an undercut attempt. Obviously he's going to pit earlier anyway, we all knew that, but considering he's only 2 seconds behind, he could be doing the undercut here on Jolly, and it may well work considering Jolly's going to be out there for about 3 or 4 more, maybe even 5 more laps.
Yeah, probably.
He decides to immediately defend this undercut. He could do that because his hard can go to the end, but then he could be putting himself under risk at threat from the man in P2 at the moment, Ansmaz, at the end of the race, who probably would go to the usual lap 10, 11, 12 range.
Yeah.
It could be anything. We saw in Tier 2 someone go to lap 14, 15, and it would have worked for him. He would have won that race if he didn't crash out. So I say he would have because there's probably many, many things that would have happened. So I shouldn't say would have. I should have said could have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
could have happened.
He crashed out, but he was on course to win before he had that. So maybe going longer really works around this track sometimes, especially since the hards don't seem to be that good. We saw it in qualifying. The softs compared to the mediums, a huge gap. Oh, that's no head within the wall there. I just saw it on the background there of the stream. He just went into the wall there at the castle section, following Adam in the dirty air, and he's trying to get onto the road safely. Dark Predator is clear behind, so he's got a clear road now, but he's lost a huge amount of front wing, and he's going to have to hope for a huge slice of luck if he wants some points today.
Yeah, I don't actually know what happened there. I think he might have clipped the rear of the car again.
He clipped the outside wall with his rear, and pretty much got sent into the inside, into the second outside wall for the right-hander. Pretty much, that was pretty much then race over. Well, not race over, but front wing lost, and any opportunity of getting some strong points today is over. So yeah, now looking, Sparshot's got ahead of Callum whilst all that was going on. So Sparshot really climbing his way through the field. I commented on how I expected good things from him today in qualifying, and he's delivering so far. He's up to P4 and a net P5 at the moment, as Adam obviously is ahead of him in net positions.
Yeah, Sparshot's actually showing a lot of pace. Jack Spar showing a lot of pace, so he could be one. He could be one to watch out for, especially if there's a safety car in the late stages, and also Atmaz as well. Atmaz, the gap is closing between him and Vapid, and I think Vapid will try and hopefully get some positions heading into this next couple of laps. See what's going on here between Cam G. He's catching up as well. He's catching up to Sparshot. And Brumson and Lion as well.
Sparshot's just overtaking. He's losing time.
Oh, yeah. My bad, sorry.
Yeah, he's losing time significantly while Sparshot is closing in on that. But not as quickly as I thought he would, considering that gap's been maintained this whole lap. He's not in DRS range this time around, but he's very, very close. Actually, he could be. He could just be, as he actually gained a better run through turn 16 than Vapid, and now he is just within DRS range. I don't know where the detection point is. I think it's about now. And has he got DRS? Yes, he has. He has got DRS down the straight, so that's going to pull him away from Calendar. He does not have DRS behind, and he's now safe behind, whilst Vapid is closing up to Eorl Ansmaz in P2. And that off of P2
up there.
Ansmaz makes a mistake, and that could put him under pressure from Vapid. He tries to defend the inside of Ansmaz, and he defends it enough. He left a gap that I would say that's hard racing and fair racing, but Vapid now on the slipstream, on the run down to turn 3.
He's got him.
Is he going to be able to make it second time lucky? Ansmaz defends the inside. Vapid forced a long way round into turn 3, and he makes the move. As long as he didn't go into the wall, which he didn't, he makes the move, and he's up to P2. And now Sparshot's brought right into this battle, and he locks up and almost goes to the back of Ansmaz, who locked up himself and almost went into the back of Vapid there. And then they've all spit out a little bit after that almost very, very scary moment there for Sparshot and Ansmaz.
Yeah, certainly, and I think Antmaz is starting to struggle on braking in the rear, and Vapid locks up again throughout that corner on the front right, and this is costing him time because ultimately he wants to face Jolly, he wants to beat Jolly as well, but all this battling with Atmaz and Sparshot as well is not helping his case. And Atmaz, I think he's starting to struggle on the rear tyres, and that's one thing that's very weird about this game, like braking, like sometimes the rear will just like step out, especially if you spam the gears too much, and if you just like, you know, put on the oh, Nomad!
Oh, Nomad's retired.
Gone. Oh, it's castle section, Ian Boy, I think he was collected there. Yeah, definitely, yeah, Nomad collected, and the castle section. He's done a Charles Leclerc, and his race is all over in Baku, and he'll be looking forward to leaving Baku, knowing he can probably get some points in Spain next week. But Sparshot has the DRS, and Vapid coming in.
Vapid's in.
Vapid is coming in.
Ansmaz was about to go in, and he swerved out of the pit. Sparshot's in as well. Callum stays out, so I think Ansmaz there was just thinking, do the opposite to Vapid, and he's done that now, and he stayed out because he was about to come into the pits, and he swerved out the way it looked like when he saw Vapid go in. Vapid and Sparshot come into the pits, hard combat tyres. Vapid gets out ahead, but only just on Sparshot there.
Yeah.
That's surprising to see how close they are there. Did Vapid get held up a little bit by the Racing Point coming into the pits, or maybe...
I just think they just left,
maybe,
yeah.
I'm not sure really, maybe he had
left
a bit of
out
front
too
wing
late.
correction. I'm not actually sure what happened there. He probably was correcting his downforce, because I think I remember commenting on his straight line speed earlier and saying it was either, I forgot whether it was too slow or too quick that I mentioned it was. I think it might be a bit too slow down the straight, so he might have been adjusting that in the pit stop, and that could have cost him time. I'm not actually sure whether it does that on this game. I think it does.
Yeah, look how much ERS that Jack Spar has over Vapikut. So Jack Spar has been doing a very good job of managing his ERS as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if he uses most of it on that main straight and maybe in towards the next couple of corners. I think, oh man, Vapid again getting very close to that wall. Obviously getting used to those new hard tyres as well. Let's see who else. So Lion and Brumson. Currently, oh bloody hell, Brumson is going a little bit slowly there, and I think Vapid is hoping that he gets DRS from Brumson as Jolly. Let's see what Jolly. No, Jolly's way ahead. So Jolly exiting turn 2, and this Atmaz coming in. Yes, he is. So Atmaz is coming in, and this will be the battle for P2 as Nuthead has a penalty, multiple warnings, and also Callum G is also in. This could be the battle between Red Bull and Toro Rosso. Great pit stop there from the Red Bull boys. Atmaz in. Does he get held up? I can't see. No, he doesn't.
No, he's fine.
Jack Spar.
Just ahead
Jack Spar's got past Vapid. Jack Spar's got past Vapid. Oh, wow, okay. Very interesting stuff. So Jack Spar obviously had more ERS, has got past Vapid, and Jack Spar, I think, is in the net P2. I think. Actually, no, net P3 maybe.
Net P3.
Yeah, net P3.
Yeah.
Very interesting there. So Jack Spar seems to have adapted to the harder tyres quicker than Vapid, and with that he's got past Vapid. Unless Vapid has front damage, I don't see. No, I can't see if he has any. No, it doesn't look like it. So Vapid just struggling to adapt to the condition. Yellow flag in sector 1, and who is that? That is Shawai's
went off.
Yep, Shawai's off. I think he's got damage to his front wing on his left hand side. But terrible day for Ferrari. The Predator is actually starting to have some pace. It's Jolly, lap 11, and this might be the best time to come in. Maybe, let's see, and he does. So Jolly is in. The gap is 21 seconds right now to Adam.
Nothing enough.
I think the average time for a pit stop is around about 16 seconds, so I think Jolly will do enough to come out ahead of Adam in the Toro Rosso, and that is the hard combat tyres for Jolly, and I think Jolly should comfortably come back in the lead of this race. And there you go, Jolly has retained the lead of the Baku Grand Prix, and that is Nuthead again. He's off the castle section once again, claims another victim, and that is a terrible day for Nuthead. One Williams is in the lead, the other one is pretty much last, and a safety car can pretty much save his race as Atmaz is now, I think he's got past Callum G, I think he, actually no, he didn't get past him, excuse me.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, because obviously Anthony has been ahead for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking through now. It looks like Squidgy Jr. could be getting a lap very soon. But yeah, Jolly at the moment 3.7 seconds ahead. Adams, who actually gained time during that pit stop phase, despite Adam trying the undercut there and only being about 2.1 or 2.2 when he came into pit. So Adams really not benefited that pit stop phase, and at the moment now he's going to be coming under pressure from Spar Shot very soon if he can't keep up the pace, because at the moment, what happened?
No, just like Karen.
Because Adam's now on 3 lap older tyres than the chasing pack of Sparshot, Vapid, Anthmad and Callum. So Adams now, his race isn't comfortable second, although it looks like it at the moment on paper. I don't think his race is anywhere near comfortable second, and his teammate now really has got to do a huge job for Adam.
Yeah.
Because Grumpy Lion, who is yet to
Lion's
pit
holding him off
in this race, is holding this pack up. An absolute treat for Adam to make sure that he doesn't lose any potential time here, as Sparshot, Vapid, Anthony and Callum are on a fresher tyre. So look at this, Grumpy Lion is running barely no wings.
Yeah.
No wings there, because look how quickly he's down straight. He's going to be fighting down towards turn 1, and even if he's not, surely he's going to be able to get him back down towards turn 3 if he gets some good traction out of turn 2. So Sparshot gets into P2, as what happened to Adam? Adam's pitted, he's on mediums. So Sparshot is now up into P2, Lion up down to P3, but he needs to pit one more time. But Adam, the man who was on for what would look like a comfortable P2, must have made a mistake, because he's in the pits and was losing valuable time to this group all the time. So I did a comment on that, but I just thought it was the age of his tyres, but clearly not. And he's down to P9 now, and what a turnaround this is going to have to be if he is to get any good points today.
Wow, he must have got front wing damage there somewhere. I think it might have been the castle section, and we just didn't know, pretty much, and that has cost Adam massively. And if he wants to score points, I mean, he's in a decent position, ninth place, but considering where he was to where he wants to be, that is a massive disappointment for Adam in this race. And now Vapid, who is now hounding Lion, just wishes that Lion should just get out of the way, because now Vapid's fight is no longer with Jolly. Jolly's 14 seconds now ahead of the pack. So now his fight is really with Jack Spar. And if you know Vapid and his history, Vapid and Jack Spar ain't really the best of friends in league racing. And this fight, as long as yellow flag in sector 2, Shawais is gone. Shawais is gone. Castle section once again claims its next victim. And I don't think we're going to see a safety car, maybe, I'm not sure. But I don't think we will. And Shawais, who had a decent qualifying, has now had a terrible race for Ferrari, and now it's up to UK Dog Predator to try and get something for the Maranello team. Let's see if does Vapid dive down the inside. No, he doesn't. He goes a little bit wide. The tyres just sliding everywhere. Lion just holding him up here, and I think this is not what Vapid needs. He wants to be fighting with Jolly and Jack Spar for second place. But here comes Vapid. He has a DRS. Does he make a dive down the inside? It's too risky. And he just backs out and lives to fight for another day. So Jolly in the lead. Unless he makes a critical mistake, he is the favourite to win this race, Morgs.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one. I mean, Jolly's just way out in front at the moment. Nobody's going to catch him. He's pulling a gap, and without any incident, without any crashing, this should be an easy win for him from here on out. And it's going to be 3 wins on the bounce, and with Vapid in a net P3, it's going to be an extension to 45 points the advantage, and it's going to be 3 wins in a row. So without not attending next week, the gap might go down to about 20 points, but that requires Vapid to win, and I just doubt that will happen with the return of Danny, with the return of King Liam next week, and also probably a more normal race with it not being Baku. So so it's going to be interesting to see what happens next time out. But Jolly at the moment, he's flying around the course, fastest lap of the race as well, just to prove the point there. As Vapid is trying another move on Grumpy Lion with slipstream.
Let's see how
and
low
DOS, but so Lion has DOS as well, and is really just maintaining that gap. It's getting close a little bit, but not enough for Vapid to do anything. Vapid's gone down, Vapid's locked up, and Lion's gone off, and Vapid claims P3, but he slows down and lets him through, and now he's going to come under pressure from Anderson as he's going round the outside of turn 2. Not what Vapid wants, as he could do. He's letting Callum through, is he? There he has damage on Grumpy Lion. He has damage! He has damage on the left-hand side. I just thought the end plate is missing for Vapid Coot. They're huge for Vapid. The man who could take the challenge to Jolly in this championship has got damage and is now limping around this track a little bit and losing time and time. If you're on board with him now, which we are on stream, you can see he's losing time to the group ahead that he was just in a few moments ago and battling with. This race has gone from really, really good to really, really bad for Vapid in just a few moments here, but it's not all over yet. He's still got a decent gap to the cars behind, and I think his aim now is just to retain this position and get P5 after Grumpy Line pits at the end of this race.
Yeah, Amaz benefited that the most. He's in P3, and now he has clean air to go out and try and cut that gap down from 3.7 seconds. Oh god, again the rear tyres just don't want to grip up. Again, he's just having a problem. Pretty much the same problem I was having when I was practicing for the Tier 2 race and just braking, just shifting down the gears to the point where the back end just constantly slides out and you're just spinning for days. And now Callum G looking to try and pass Lion. Obviously Lion hasn't pitted yet, and now he does. Let's see if Vapid pits, and no, he stays out. So maybe Vapid can handle the damage, or maybe he's got no choice but to stay out because he's going to lose so much time in the pit stops. This is not what Vapid wanted. I don't know what he was trying to do. Like, I think he just left his braking way too late and just clattered into a Lion. I think that might be a racing incident, maybe. We don't know yet, but at its cost.
The incident reminds me of the Red Bull incident in back in 2018. I think it's because of the dirty air. Obviously, your brakes don't work as well. So I think Vapid just got caught out by that, and he was trying to outbrake and get as close as he can to Grumpy Line anyway. But then the fact that the dirty air was there, it just caused him to lock up and go straight into the back of Line. And it was like a mini Baku 2018 Red Bull incident, except it's not within teammates, it's within two drivers from completely separate teams, not even in the same race really in the end, because Grumpy Line obviously had to pit one more time. He's come out in P9 behind Elcio Bumson, who's had quite a quiet race, but he's doing well at the moment. He's trying to chase after Cal 17F1, as Adam is trying to chase after the pack for P3, which is very much possible. He's just set the fastest lap of the race. He's on those medium compound tyres. Adam is flying at the moment around this track, and can he catch up to the group for P3 and potentially recover a podium out of this what was a good race and a terrible race, and now potentially a good one again?
Yeah, I think Adam might be wishing for a safety car roundabout now to really get his race back on track. He's got the fresher tyres out of pretty much the top 6, and the safety car could really help him in this race. But Vapid's got Callum G. I think Callum G might have damage. Don't know. Can't really see. Side by side, Callum's in the pit, so yeah, he does have damage.
Oh, yeah, so he does.
That's a shame for Callum G there. It might have hit the barriers. Let's see, and yeah, they are changing his front wing. He has got damage, so it's a terrible. It's been a terrible day for the Red Bulls as well. Just, oh man, another one bites the dust more as far as damage.
JJ, the permanent Red Bull driver, isn't here today, obviously, and Callum G is the only permanent Red Bull driver. But I think Cal 17F1 has done a very solid drive today. He's not the quickest in Tier 1 by no stretch of imagination, even he'll admit that. And he actually wanted to be in Tier 2. But he's doing a very solid job at the moment, and I'm actually quite impressed with how he's doing. He's kept out of all the trouble. I'm pretty sure he was caught up in the lap 1 safety car. Lap 1 drive-through mayhem. I'm not actually 100% sure. I'll check that now. And even if that... Yeah, no, he wasn't. But he's driven very solid today. He's kept his head out of trouble. He's constantly been consistent. And, I mean, he's on for some solid points today. He's got a threat for points. He's got 3 medium runners not too far behind him. Grumpy Line being the main one of them. Brumson also, the podium threat from last time out, not too far behind as well, but on similar age tyres. So Cal's on for some good points here, and I think he deserves it. He's done very well today.
Yeah, Callum definitely playing the part of not the quickest driver, but certainly the most consistent when it comes to not getting damage or not being involved in incidents as well. Adam has officially got past Cal there as well. So Adam is now in 5th place, chasing down Vapid. He's going to catch Vapid by probably, what, lap 21, 22, if he keeps his pace up as
Yeah,
well.
he's
And
catching about
also,
second a lap.
yeah.
Vapid's damage
Amaz,
is really costing
yeah.
him.
Yeah, definitely. But like, if you're Vapid, what choice do you have? Do you pit in and lose 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 positions, with only like, what, 6 laps to go? Or do you try and just, you know, do damage limitation and just try and only you're going to lose more time with the damage, but probably lose maybe 1, 2 positions in the process as well. Antmaz, the gap between Antmaz and Jack Sparr is you know, extending as well. So Jack Sparr really starting to be in his own element with this pace in the Racing Point. Yellow flag in sector 2. That's Nuthead again. Nuthead's crashed, and I think who's that? That's the Vap. Yeah, so that's Renault. Nuthead hasn't really had the best of races today compared to his teammate Jolly, who's leading, and I think he's just letting everyone by as well. So yeah, Jolly in the lead, and his teammate all the way down in last place. And this has definitely been a weekend to forget for Xbox Nuthead in RFL.
Yep. So it's looking through again. Yeah, Nuthead's now a lap down, not what he wants at the moment. Squidgy Genie's now almost a lap down, but he's actually pulled back 4 seconds since I last mentioned that he could be a lap down soon. So, I mean, I'm not sure whether that pit stop actually caused that or not. Whether Jolly's pit stop actually caused that. Jolly locks up there, and I'm on board with him at the moment. Vapid is coming into the clutches of Adam at the moment, and really, I think in a couple of laps' time, Adam's going to be able to get Slipstream away.
Brumson.
The gap is closing slower and slower as Brumson, on the inside of Cal 17 F1. He makes the position, he's up to P6. Cal 17 F1 tries to go down the inside of turn 2. He's keeping it aggressive. He wants his position. And Bum's had a huge squirmy moment there as Grumpy trying to then follow him through, get involved in this battle. Bumson drops to 8th. Grumpy then going to try and make 2 positions in one straight. Round the outside goes Grumpy in towards turn 3, locking up, and he's made the position. As now Bumson in towards turn 4 is going to look to the inside. He makes a move down the inside, locking up. Is he going to make the move? On the switchback, Cal's trying to come back at him, and his back is not yet over for the Red Bull driver who round the outside. Cal 17 F1 goes, and now the inside of turn 6. He has to go over the curb to avoid an incident. A great avoiding there by Callum, but he's now down to P8, and next up for him to have to defend from is his teammate Callum G247. And I mean, he's got to try and hold on to it. He's make sure he needs to not lose about a second a lap there to basically avoid coming under threat from Callum, who's on much fresher, much quicker tyres at this stage of the race. I think it's going to be tough for Cal to defend this position.
Yeah, certainly will be very tough to defend. I didn't really expect that Cal would dive down the inside so suddenly and so quickly, to just be so aggressive to you know, get back to position. But I guess Cal was a little bit bored and he just wanted to put on a show for us commentators and the people watching the stream as well. Brumson is now under a second of a Lion, and if we know one thing about Lion, he is very aggressive when it comes to defending and gaining positions, but he's gaining. Will he? No, he won't. He's too far back, and I think Brumson will wait until the next straight to get P6 from Grumpy Lion in that Toro Rosso Honda. Out to turn 2, and Lion gets a great exit there, obviously on the fresher tyres, on the fresher mediums, as here comes Brumson. He won't have enough straight line to try and overtake Lion, and Adam is now under a second over Vapid, so Vapid's 4th place might be gone mugs in the space of the next sector, pretty much, since he hasn't got downforce. And I think yeah, pretty much Adam does have the fresher tyres, considering he is on the quicker and less durable mediums compared to Vapid's more durable hards as well. And I think Vapid, I think Vapid, would you say that's sensible, letting him through like that and just not giving him DRS maybe? I could see both sides, Mugs, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether that was letting him through to be nice or letting him through to get the DRS down the straight, because Vapid's got such severe damage. Look at how much he's lost already. He's already about 6
Yeah.
seconds behind Adam. Switch to the interval gap actually, and I don't think he's going to be able to get him back. As down the straight we go. Yeah, he definitely not going to get him back. So if it was just letting him by because he doesn't want to fight, then fair enough. But Adam's going to breeze by on the straight, so it was just sacrificing time for nothing. As actually Vapid is coming, but not quick enough.
He's left
stay
off,
behind. Yeah. So I mean, Vapid could have just saved time by just staying ahead and just putting it in lean and none down the straight if need be, if you definitely wanted Adam to get past. But I mean, he wasn't losing time by just staying ahead. Only Adam was losing time. So I mean, it could just be, I don't know. I think I can see the logic of why he did it, but I just don't think it was the right decision. But again, he's got to worry about Lion. But I think really that's his only threat, and losing half a second might not make a huge difference in the end, considering this battle. I think Lion's tyres will begin to go off soon compared to Vapid, and I don't think Vapid will come under any pressure anytime soon from Lion.
Yeah, Nuthead sets the fast lap of the race, and if that is the fast lap of the session, he will get 1 point, so that'll be something to take out of what has probably been a horrible weekend for Xbox Nuthead, who is the lap down compared to Jolly. Let's see what's going on here. Vapid is now out of the DRS range as predicted, and Lion and Brimson is catching up. Predator is actually now inside the 1 second, or just over the 1 second range to Callum G. Pretty much similar tyres for Callum G and UK Dark Predator. Same compound on the medium tyres, and pretty much 1 lap is the difference in tyre life. Predator, I think he made his second stop, I think so. He's now looking to try and fight back, getting some points for Ferrari. He's got minimal ERS. Look at that. He's hovering over, just over the 5% mark. And no, it doesn't have DRS. I think Callum, I think Red Bull might be on the radio here to Callum 17 saying, get out of the way. Callum G is coming. Otherwise, Predator will be trying to overtake him. Let's see what happens here.
These two aren't proper teammates, because Cal's obviously a reserve and Callum G is a full time, so they're not actually teammates. But Callum G breezes on by. Cal's got really no defence. He's on older tyres, harder tyres, and he's got pretty much no traction and much less straight line speed. So he's pretty much lost that position straight away. But he could well try and use his teammate Slipstream to try and stick ahead of Dark Predator and stay in P9. But obviously his points won't count towards Red Bull themselves, though. Well, I mean, Callum's points will, but not Cal. It's difficult when they're both called the same thing, pretty much. They're both called Callum. So it's Callum G247, which is Callum, and then Cal 701, which is just Cal on corner. Just so stream viewers know. But yeah, Cal's just going to try and stick in Callum's slipstream right now and stay ahead of Dark Predator, but he actually lets Dark Predator go there. I think he's dropped out of DRS from Callum, and I think Dark Predator's going to breathe on by very soon. And perhaps Cal will just concede that position and just try and focus on maintaining P10 ahead of Chandler, who is in P11 at the moment on those very similar tyres to Cal.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an easy move here for UK Dark Predator in the Ferrari. And which way is he going to go? Inside, switches back to the outside, bit of contact there. Oh man, I don't want to say cringe, but I always just ease up when stuff like that happens, because you never know what the physics are like in this game. You know, like contact might be, you know, a massive spin-off or something, but Dark Predator gets P9, and now the chase down begins between him and Callum G for P8. Let's see. Amaz is still in P3. He's had a decent run today, considering he hasn't had the best of starts to Season 4 of RFL. A spar shot as well, from pretty much last to second, maybe first if a safety car does come out, or somehow Jolly, bottles it and crashes out. I don't see that happening, considering I think Jolly is too good to literally bottle it. Vapid in P5, it could be P6 maybe. I don't think that will be P6. Cal as well, dropping out the DRS range. Ian Boy pits again. I think Ian Boy will try and get the fast lap from Nuthead as we enter the last 2 laps. Since there's pretty much... Oh, wait, Jolly's in the pits. Okay.
He's going for fastest lap. He's got the gap.
Yeah,
he's got the gap to Sparshot.
He's
just going for fastest lap here. He's going for the double here.
He does.
Win, leading every lap, and fastest lap. He just hasn't got the pole position, so he could be going for a brilliant race here. And he comes out ahead of Sparshot, but that could be a risk because, as we mentioned in qualifying, we haven't actually got the confirmation yet, but he could get a 10-second penalty because of the corner cut in qualifying. So he could have played himself here a little bit. He hasn't read the rules properly to understand that, but he could have potentially put himself in a bit of risk here. He's got to make sure he pulls a gap, but considering a lot of softs, I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Yeah,
pretty much he's got 2 whole laps to gain. It's pretty much build a 7-second, 6.5 second gap now to Sparshot, in case that penalty does take place. Sparshot still has a chance of winning this race if there is that penalty, but you never know in RFL. Driver of the day. Morgs, who do you think is the driver of the day for
between Jolly and Sparshot? Jolly obviously dominating pretty much the entire race. Brilliant drive. Sparshot, meanwhile, last a second. You can't get much better than that considering Jolly's in the lead. So brilliant drive by Sparshot there. And
Ian Boy is in the pits again.
He deserves driver there.
I think Ian Boy might have damage.
No, driver there, so he's going to get driver there. Fastest lap.
Yeah, Ian Boy again in the pit lane for another wing change, and that has not been the best of races for Ian Boy. The McLaren boys haven't really, pretty much. I mean, even though they got a 1-2 in Australia, it's been a bit of downhill since Australia. I think they're entering a bit of a rough patch, especially with Ian Boy. But with Danny coming back, maybe, just maybe, Danny can take the fight to Jolly, Antmaz, Adam, and maybe even Vapid as well in Spain. But pretty much, here we go, on board with the World Championship leader. 3 out of 4 races, pretty much, for this man. And Morgs, I have to say, I think he's getting into that zone right now, nailing everything, race pace, quali pace, nailing the strategy, and maybe even a safety car or 2, but you cannot deny that this man is now the clear favourite to win this season 4 championship.
Yeah, I mean, don't really know who else can really challenge him at the moment. Obviously, Danny wants to challenge him when he comes back. He really only had 2 chances. Australia took well and probably kept pace with Jolly for most of the race. Then you've got Antmaz, who's really trying to find his form again. He's beginning to find it. His results have been improving since that terrible race in Bahrain and an okay race in Australia. But in China he was good, and here he's been excellent. So I mean, I don't think he's going to be plain sailing for Jolly, but I think it's going to be kind of like the 2019 season now. It's going to be Jolly's the clear favourite for... Yep, there he goes, fastest lap. But Jolly's going to be like the clear favourite almost every single race. But you're going to see drivers get involved. You're going to see battles for the lead eventually. And I think that's going to be pretty much like what the season's going to be now. Jolly, though, I think he's going one... I don't want to say after 4 races, but he's got, let's say, half a hand on this championship already, even though it's only been 4 races. I hate to say that, but he's been so dominant, so good so far. He's got half a hand. Probably, no, actually a quarter. But then if Vapid and Danny all have poor races next time out, then maybe he's got half a hand after Spain. Because obviously he's missing Spain. But here we go. In towards the final sector. He's already got fastest lap. He's now pulled a 10-second advantage, so he's safe in case he gets that penalty. Jolly looks like he's going to take it 3 wins in a row.
Yep, around the castle section for one final time. The sector that has claimed so many drivers in this race weekend, not just in Tier 1 but also in Tier 2. What can you say about this man? He is on the form of his RFL career right now. 4 races down, 3 races won, and Jolly is now in the front driver's seat to be crowned the Season 4 champion. Around the final legitimate corner, now through these kinks for one final time. Nuthead, even though he's reserve for Williams, his teammate has been absolutely outstanding as he comes across the line now. Jolly wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for RFL Season 4. What a stunning drive that is by the Williams man. He's missing Spain next week, but he's made most of it up for this race in Baku. Spot shot, otherwise known as Jack Spot, in the Racing Point. It takes
and Smaz has come together with Adam at the end there, and it looks like Adam's going to gain P3. Oh no, and Smaz gained P3. I'm not sure what happened there. That was a very strange incident. I didn't realise they were so close on track together there. Vapid comes over playing P4 ahead of Grumpy Lion in P5, in P6.
P6, yeah.
Elthio Bumson in P7.
Wow.
Callum G comes home in P8 with UK Dark Predator P9. Cal 17 F1 in P10. Chandler comes home P11 after a brilliant race story last time out. Disappointed to end in this way, but P11 for Chandler. Then it's the two McLaren boys, but one of which is a reserve, which is Squidgy Genie, which is the man I'm watching right now in P12. And then Xbox Nuthead will come home in P14, and last of the finishers with Schweiz and Nomad not finishing today, which is actually much less DNFs than I expected. I expected pretty much the top 10 to be running, and then everyone else will be retired. So I'm pleasantly surprised by the amount of finishes we had today, but obviously a couple of them had huge dramas and a lot of trouble today, and I think a lot of drivers have pitted more than once so far in this race.
Yeah, definitely. As Genie comes across the line now with a nuthead and crashes into the wall to round out RFL Baku. It's Jolly's day again. Jolly has won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I think, what was his gap at the championship? I think it's like, what was it, 23 something points? I'm not sure. But anyway.
It's now 50 points to Vapid. I'm not sure whether anyone's going to take that now. I think Ants... No, I don't think anybody's going to overtake Vapid. So it's now 50 points advantage at the top of the standings.
So 50 points to the top of the championship. I think that is with the fast lap as well. So anyway...
Oh,
Jolly,
no, 51 then with the fast lap.
Yeah, 51 then. Yeah, so Jolly on top of Azerbaijan, of Baku, the king of Baku for Season 4, and right now on top of the World Championship. It's Jolly who wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix 2-stop and also takes the fast lap of the race. Sportshot in his return, I think, to RFL, comes home in second place in in Baku. Anmaz, I think, gets his first podium of the season. He comes home in third place. He'll be happy about that. Adam, 45, who was in contention for the race win today, he comes in fourth. Vapid, he'll be disappointed considering he's lost major ground to Jolly in the World Championship. He finishes fifth. Lion is in sixth place, followed by Elsa Brumson in the Haas. Callum G in the Red Bull, he's in eighth place, followed by UK Dark Predator in ninth in the Ferrari, and Callum 17 F1 rounds out the top 10. Chandler Sita is in 11th with Genie in 12th, Ian Boy in 13th, Xbox Nuthead, Shawise and Nomad round off 14th, 15th and 16th positions. So now it's time for the RFL driver interviews, and here is Morgs. We've got all of the podium runners.
Yep, so we'll start off with Jolly, race winner of course, 3 wins on the bounce. Nothing could be going worse for you right now. Nothing could be going better, for you right now. Everything could be going worse if it could. But yeah, nothing's going nothing can go better for you at the moment. You're now 51 points clear in the championship. Just sum up what's going on for you at the moment. How happy are you?
Yeah, I'm buzzing, to be honest. I didn't actually think it'd be that comfortable around Baku because we all know what it's like. So it was quite, from my side, a quite calm race, to be honest. And yeah, I was just happy I could pull out that gap and get the extra point at the end of the race.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's nothing really to ask about your race. You got a good start. You got ahead of Dark Predator, who got a poor getaway. And then from there, you were trying to chase Adam. how quick was Adam in the first stint? How tricky was it to get past, or did you just wait your time and know that his tires were going to go off, and you eventually just breezed past in the end?
The first few laps was very difficult. It was like sort of pulling away, and then as his tyres died off, I eventually got closer, but it was quicker than the first 2 or 3 laps, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, the first few laps you were battling with Adam, but then from there you pulled away. From there it was pretty easy. I'm pretty sure you led every lap since then. But were you worried when you came in for that? Obviously, you came in for second pit stop strategically because you knew you had the gap. But was there a doubt, like an element in your mind which thought I could lose the lead here just by complete accident, or were you quite
Yeah,
confident in yourself when you did that?
I did run it through my mind. I was thinking like I could get help out of a teammate. There could be a glitch. I could get held in there just for no reason. And I thought I'd risk it today, but usually I wouldn't. I think Sparshot, who's also on the like podium, would know that I won't usually do it. But yeah, I'm glad it paid off.
Um, well, I have no other questions to ask unless Tom has any questions to ask. We'll move on to our second place driver. Well, congratulations, Jolly, and
Thank
Sparshot,
you.
congratulations to you. Last to second place on debut. It
Yeah,
can't get, it can get better than that, but it can't get much better, can it?
nah, not really. Well, I'm just happy because there's nowhere I'm gonna be. I was nowhere I was gonna beat Jolly for first, and starting last, it was my own mistake in qualifying. I just got kind of a bit thrown off by someone let me through in a castle section. Probably saw it on stream. Not my finest moments, but yeah, it was my first race for AMS, so I had to just put in the grind. I felt like I had the pace to get second place anyway. I made moves, pulled the gap I needed to, and yeah, it was a hard race, but near the end it kind of neutralised.
Yep. Well, on your own race, then you made a good recovery. You had a good lap one. You were immediately into about eighth, I think it was.
Yeah,
Especially after all the drive-throughs that happened. You were right at the back, so you must have seen actually the start. What actually happened at with all the drive-throughs? Did everyone just jump the start, or what happened?
I think yeah, I was in the party with Nuthead as well, and he said that he jumped the start because Ian Boy did. So I presume it was just 'cause you get them like chain reactions, like you see someone start and then you sometimes start as yourself. So I don't know how many drive-throughs about them, but I reckon it was triggered just by maybe Ian Boy
There
or
was about
someone.
six, I think.
Yeah, so it must have
I
been
think
just triggered by
Chandler
one
said that he
person.
might have done it, but
I don't
yeah.
know.
So from your perspective, then yeah, it was just everyone get caught up then pretty much by one or two drivers' mistakes. But for yourself, you managed to not get caught up in that. And you made a good start as well, right up, avoiding all the carnage up into about eighth place after lap one or two, and then from there you had a good battle with Ant, Callum, Vapid. Just talk us through the battles you had with them.
Yeah, it's around Baku. It's difficult because you get held up in dirty air, and everyone knows how annoying it is to follow someone. But I'm quite good with my ERS, so I literally just got like around Baku. It's pretty easy to follow, I suppose. But yeah, just I knew I had the pace in them because I did a bit of practice. So I just yeah, just used overtake. It was the most difficult overtake was actually on Lion actually because even though he's on old tyres, he had proper good straight line speed, so I had to fight for that. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I just capitalised on people's mistakes, I guess. That's just been what I've been doing this game.
Yeah, well, personally, I have no further question for you, so unless Tom has anything to ask,
I know.
we'll move on
I
to
know.
Antsmith. So, congratulations, Sparshot,
Cheers for
for a
commentating, guys.
debut podium, and hopefully you can now continue that form and maybe take challenge for second or maybe even first in the championship. You never know. So we'll move on to Antsmaz,
Cheers.
who finished third place today, reigning champion, of course, and it seems to be getting better and better from you after a poor start to the season. Just talk us through that race from your perspective.
Wasn't expecting any good results because I hate this track completely. Yeah, and also, I'm gonna get straight into the end of the race real quick.
Okay, go ahead. If he's there, has he just disappeared?
See you there.
My mic
Edith,
just
I'm gonna get into
disconnected.
Oh, there we go.
So basically, when we get towards
The-
the end of the race, I hit the wall in the final corner by accident, so I was just too further
Oh,
from
wow.
the throttle to get P3, so I hadn't gotten on the straight. I'm not sure what happened on the straight. I thought a little, I didn't know because it was on my left hand side on the straight, but like as you go towards closer to the line, it gets tighter and tighter. So I believe I may have accidentally pushed him too close to the wall, which then caused me to spin out, but nothing really happened to him. Like he just went on, but I know he crashed into the wall in the final straight. And I don't know, I'm not getting hyped up for this P3. I think I might get a penalty due to it. I'm not too sure. That's
Okay,
my
well,
hope.
either way, whether you believe you got the penalty or not, surely you think this is like a step in the right direction, considering you've had well, I mean, it was okay Australia, but with that penalty it didn't help, and then a poor Bahrain, but then a decent China, and now a good Baku. So, do you think you're returning towards the front, and you could challenge towards consistent podiums for the season?
Not right now, but towards later through the game, 100%. It just takes me longer to adjust for each game. It's just how I am. I'm not like a fast learner in any way. So yeah, I'll just take it on one by one each race. But I think I'll be missing 2 races from now because I'm going abroad, going to holiday. So yeah, I'll take another step backwards now.
Well, congratulations on third. Unless Tom has any questions, we'll wrap up.
No, I don't have any questions for Atmaz. Congratulations to the podium here today, Jolly, with his third win of the season, a very dominant performance. Atmaz and Spotshot for getting returning to the podium in Racing Formula League. Next week we'll be at the tight and twisty technical Catalonia circuit in Spain for the Spanish Grand Prix Round 5. Same time as always, 7 p.m. for the Tier 2 race, 9 p.m. for the Tier 1 race. For Tom Gorian, Morgs 5631 and also Atmaz. Congratulations on the podium. My name's been Tom Gorian. Thank you very much for watching RFL Baku Grand Prix, and we'll see you in Spain next week. Goodbye.
Yo, peace.